November 4th, Feast of St. Charles Borromeo. Welcome to Daily Saints with Grace. Fast, faithful stories told with clarity and heart. Before we begin, viewers type Humilitas in the comments, hit like, and say where you are watching from. He once wore scarlet in Rome, yet kept choosing the harder road. While others chased prestige, he studied, fasted, and planned to mend a broken church from within. This was the life of Charles Borromeo, as it truly unfolds. Walk with me. He was born in 1538 at Arona by Lake Maggiore, where wind traced slow lines across the water. His family stood high, but their motto, Humilitas, pressed pride back into its box. As a boy, he read carefully, kept promises, and treated quiet work like training for a larger vow. Neighbors remembered that he noticed the poor without making a show of it. Years later, when people argued about how quickly he rose, the ones from home simply said he had practiced seriousness long before he had titles. When his uncle became Pope Pius IV, doors opened for him the way tide fills a harbor, wide and fast. He received the red hat young, and the whisper followed, advantage, not merit. He answered without speeches. He worked longer, prayed earlier, and treated rank like a deadline that returned every morning. Behind the scenes, he helped press the Council of Trent toward its finish, turning ideas into rules that could carry ordinary life. He asked that shepherds lived with their flocks and that priests were formed, not improvised. Soon that belief had an address, Milan. He arrived in Milan and, unusually for the times, he stayed. He walked parishes, learned names, and listened until excuses ran out. He reopened catechism so children stood on bedrock, not rumor. He founded seminaries so future priests learned habits strong enough to carry other people's weight. He kept registers, required visitations, and made presence a rule. Some felt pinched, others felt the air clear. He did not seek applause. He built a church people could lean on without falling through. Reform gathered praise and resentment in equal measure. One evening, during prayer, a gun fired. The bullet tore cloth and missed flesh. He did not run. He finished the prayers. Reports later tied the attempt to those furious at his corrections. He forgave the shooter and continued his schedule at dawn. When a religious order refused amendment after long patience, he suppressed it. Some called the act necessary. Some called it severe. Whatever the debate decided, the city learned a fact. Fear had lost its leverage over him. Hunger arrived first, faces sharpened and work thinned. Then a pestilence moved faster than warnings. Those with options left. He stayed. He sold silver and furniture, turned palaces into storehouses, and set up relief kitchens where ledgers replaced luck. He sent clergy into wards others avoided and walked himself, barefoot, a rope around his neck, pleading for mercy for his city. Later, people argued about public devotions in a time of sickness. Some believed they drew crowds too close. Others remembered how he moved altars outdoors so families prayed from windows and doorways. The debate belonged to history. In the moment, he carried the risk on his own body and placed comfort in the hands of the poor. Mercy needed a system, so he built one. Grain became bread, bread became route lists, and names on those lists had eaten that day. Hospitals received schedules instead of chaos. Orphans were counted by name, not rumor. Priests carried sacraments like medicine until the city felt noticed again. People told wonder stories, some called them miracles. Others called them the math of love done at scale. When the wave receded, he refused to drift back to habits that had failed them. He hardened lessons into structures. Seminaries that formed heart and mind. Confession as cure, not checkbox. Marriage norms that protected promises. Music still soared but served prayer. Festivals kept color and lost excess. Taverns near churches moved their noise. Guilds complained and magistrates worried about power. He replied that the church had not competed with the city, it had cleared its conscience. In 1584, only 46, he died worn by fasting, labor, and care. Milan kept his map. Resident bishops, trained clergy, steady catechesis, parishes that felt like home even in the dark. Canonized in 1610, He became the patron of people who shaped souls. The old rumor about family advantage never vanished. It simply met a stronger memory. He had spent his life holding the open door for others. That was Humilitas, courage set to a calendar and mercy written into systems. Now it was our turn. If the story stirred you, comment he stayed and share one moment that challenged you most. Like the video so others see it. Subscribe for daily saints told with clarity and heart, and share this with someone carrying a heavy street. Question of the day: which act of his leadership would you want in your city right now and why? Drop your answer below. I'm pinning my favorite responses. Thanks for watching Daily Saints with Grace. May his humilitas steady your week.